EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Atlantic coast of Maine and Lighthouse Pointe, live second-round coverage of the Maine Classic. But if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. We've got a tie at the very top at 9 under par. Meanwhile, our featured golfer, definitely in contention, just one shot back at the start of play. Well, I don't think that's how you envision things starting. A wayward first tee shot, but he's going to get away with it as that ricochets back into the fairway. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
106 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. I think I'd be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And he's going to remain one shot off the pace. Now at the second here at Lighthouse Pointe, Frank, this is some tough par 3.
If you want to try and really break the hole down and be a purist here, Rich, you'd like to hit a little cut into this green, something that moves away from the water and the cliff back towards that bunker. That would be the perfect shot to hit. It's such a difficult par 3. Anything on the green would be good here. Awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
That is a good-looking pass out of the bunker right there. Got that to stop in a good place, leaving just a few feet for par. That finished off for par here at the second, and he'll remain one shot back. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs, and this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in 2. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. This one gonna really test your distance control. Back up the hill for an eagle. Come on, what a putt that was from long distance. It drops for an eagle. Well done. Fourth hole, and looking for a quality start. It's 411 yards and a par 4.
No fairway bunkers or bunkers really to contend with here. Cliffs to the left and also water on that side. But one of the wider fairways on this front side, made up for by a very small green. So it's official. Will not hit every fairway today. First fairway missed in the rough. Let's see what they can do from here.
Now his second at the par 4 fourth.
Well, obviously that's not his best, but it'll be quickly forgotten, Frank, if he's able to get out of here with his par.
Well, you might forget it. I won't. Far from his best.
That's in. It is a good par here at number 4. And he's going to remain at 10 under. Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Pointe, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
They call that position A. That's going to be right down the middle. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
139 is the number, and the pin right at the back.
Well, not super close, but safely on the green.
An outside look here for birdie. Oh, no problems at all. The pace perfect. It is in for birdie. And he'll move to 11 under par. Par 3 6th is relatively short, 198 yards, Frank.
But this one, really, you've got to go airborne here. That bunker that protects the left side and front, you've got to carry that and get it to land soft so it doesn't skip through the back of the screen.
Boy, all the elements of his game have been in sync today. A terrific shot right there.
It's all about getting it inside that 3-foot circle around the hole. That was a really nice shot.
Safely in for par here at the 6th, and he's going to stay 2 clear of the field. Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Pointe. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. You look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really, that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie. Somehow that ball went through the trees. Actually, it didn't scrub too much speed off it. It's going to be all right.
So from a tight lie, this is second from just short of the green. Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And the lead's going to remain 2. Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Now from the bunker.
Just a little splash out on this par 3.
Oh, that is very well done. That was not a short bunker shot, but it is inside a foot. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay at 11 under par. Move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
And some trouble here for our leader. That is into the bunker off the tee. Want to make sure you catch this cleanly. Is second to the par 5. Oh, what a good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank. Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
That would have been a good one to convert on. Instead, that'll be left for birdie. Easy as can be. It's a tap-in birdie here at the 9th. And that will be a sizzling 31 on the front side, 4 under par. Frank, you think about the great designers, Pete Dye, Alistair McKenzie, and Christian Brand is certainly in that conversation. They like to play mind games with you, and you're playing with people's heads when you look at that number on the card. versus the 10th hole.
Yeah, 10th hole, which is par 4, plays a lot longer than 11, but it's a very clever hole. It's called what we call a tweener. It's in between a 4 and a 5. So if you walk away with here with 5, you feel like you've lost something. Walk away with 4, you feel like you've gained something. So the great par 5s are often reachable. 11, that's one of them.
And this one's only 530 yards as a par 5, and remember 10 was a par 4 at 592. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
A very conservative approach shot. It's a safe side of the green, but as we can all attest, a long way from the hole.
Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet is pretty darn good. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain at -12. Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes for bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Well, that one had to feel good.
Yeah, it struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah, what a putt there. A second eagle of the round, no less. He has been on his game so far. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage, that hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion. It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
Now this for another birdie.
And it would be easy to look and try and see something in this putt that really isn't there. It's straight and it's flat.
Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. that one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll maintain that 4-shot lead. Now to the 13th hole, and Frank, this could make you quake in your soft spikes. 702 yards, but a par 5, it might should be a par 6 or a 7.
Well, I think a few people will make 6 or 7 here. You're right. This is a rarity in golf, 700 yards. So forget about any thought of even getting close to this par 5 and 2. Plus, just to add insult to injury, the 2 bunkers off the tee are perfectly placed. They're about 298 yards, smack bang in the middle of that. I doubt you can get past those, but you need a good drive, really, to try and leave yourself a short third shot.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Now from better than 300 yards out, a second to the par 5.
Now this par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Confidently done there. That's in for birdie here at 13. And he has now moved 5 clear of the field here in round 2. Starting the 14th hole. Well, that'll be safe, but a long way back. Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, that's good putt. That was a slippery one, but that's well done. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. '15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that the only problem is if you go long.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So the great tee shot left him here, now his second from relatively close range. Okay, that's acceptable there. 11 feet away. Oh, yes, a perfect putt there. It is in for birdie here at 15. And the lead swells to 6 here on this Friday. final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
And that's not exactly ideal. Far from a tap-in for his par.
You're being too kind. That's not at all ideal.
Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. 17th hole is another par 5 over 600 yards. You get a terrific view of Juniata Crossway Bridge just ahead. And Frank, if you jump over that bridge, you can get a dynamite lobster roll at Nielsen's Lobster Shack. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh,
but
it's one of the best.
It just adds to sort of the charm of this area. But what a hole this is.
S-shaped par 5. You see it bending to the right off the tee, and then the hole starts to go the other way. With magnificent view of the bridge you're just referring to. Reachable for the longest hitters, but once again, avoid the bunkers. They're all down the right side.
All right, in the fairway. Going to take a big poke to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5. Wow, what a second shot. And Frank, he has a chance for yet, can you believe this, another eagle?
Yeah, I thought one was enough, Rich. Two, wow, that's a little greedy, right? A chance for 3 eagles?
Come on, are you kidding? A third eagle of the round? That is not something you see every day, I promise you. We've made it at last to the 18th, partner. What a finishing hole.
It is. It's a tee shot you have to respect. That fairway goes on that sort of 60-degree angle towards the left, so you have to know how far you fly the ball, and of course you can't afford to miss hit your tee shot. But a good tee shot. Let's talk positive here. Good tee shot in the middle of the fairway. Just going to leave you a short iron and an excellent chance to finish with another birdie.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
132 yards left to the flag, and that pin, well, it's back left today.
Well, no surprise. We've already seen some great iron shots this week, but that is another one.
Coming off the eagle, this for birdie. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. And that is going to be a second round score of 61. Pretty incredible. So another look at the leaderboard, and you'll almost do a double take, Frank. Our featured golfer with a commanding lead through 36 holes.
So far, it's just been just a clinic again. I know I use that word a lot, Rich, but it looks like two different players. One at the top and, well, the chasers. Different league.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable gave the third, Iona Stephen, and a cast of hundreds. I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.
you.